不觉晓，处处闻啼鸟。夜来风雨声，花落知多少。Hi everyone, today we are going to look at another Tang Dynasty poem. This one is from the acclaimed poet Meng Haoran, who lived from 689 to 740 AD. The title of this poem is 春晓 or Spring Dawn. Here's the first line. 春眠不觉晓. So 春 means spring and 眠 is a classical way of saying sleep. So the first two characters can be translated as spring sleeping, but in English we would change that to sleeping in the spring. Now the next three characters. 不 is a negative word meaning no or not. Then we have 觉, which means to feel, and 晓 means dawn. So these three together mean not feeling or not noticing the dawn. And for the whole line, we can translate it as sleeping in spring, not feeling the dawn. This refers to the author sleeping so soundly that he didn't notice that dawn had arrived. Now for line 2. 处处闻啼鸟. So the character 处 means place, and when you repeat it twice, it means every place or everywhere. This is a standard grammar structure in classical and modern Chinese. Other examples are 人人, which means everyone, and 年年, which means every year. Now back to the poem. The next three characters of this line are 闻, which means listen or hear. And the composition of this character is interesting. It has the character for door, 门, on the outside, with the character for year, on the inside, like someone standing at the door listening with their ear to what is going on the other side. Then we have the character 啼, which means to twitter. So we're not talking about posting 140 characters or less on the popular microblogging website, but actually tweeting, the sound birds make. The last character, 鸟, means bird or birds. So this whole line can be translated as birds can be heard tweeting everywhere. Now the third line reads, 夜来风雨声. The first character is 夜, which means night, and the second character is 来, which means come. So together they mean night comes. Then we have 风, meaning wind, and 雨, meaning rain. And the last character is 声, meaning sound. So this line translates as the night comes, bring the sound of wind and rain. Because the grammar of classical Chinese is very flexible, the word 来 can mean to come or to bring. So this line can pertain to the night coming or the night bringing the sound of wind and rain. So we have included both in the translation. Now the final line reads, 花落知多少. 花 means flower and 落 means to fall. 落 was a common way to say drop or fall in classical Chinese. Now in modern Mandarin, the character 落 is used less to describe drop or fall, but it's still used in Cantonese, which is more closely related to Tang Dynasty Chinese than modern Mandarin is. Now the next three characters are 知, which means to know. You may recognize it as the first character from the modern Chinese word 知道, which means to know. In classical Chinese, they often use one character, where modern Chinese would use two. Then the next two characters, 多少, together mean how many, same as in modern Chinese. So this line in its entirety means, do you know how many flowers fell? Flowers in this line most likely refers to blossoms on trees, since the line suggests that they fell, meaning they would have had to have started higher up. So let's now read the poem together. Repeat after me. 春眠不觉晓，处处闻啼鸟。夜来风雨声，花落知多少。Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll bring you some more classical poetry next week. Yeah, it reminds me of when I had to learn a bunch of them when I was in New Zealand. Because after we migrated there, my dad's like, you can't forget Chinese. So he made us basically learn all these classic poems and like classical texts so that we wouldn't forget it. So it kind of helped because now I can still read and speak Chinese.